Number 64 from the book 501 Contractor Tips. Don't be overreactive. Think about it. If you're going to react to someone else who's already overreacting, you're just going to be escalating the situation. They take it to level 2, you take it to level 3, they go to level 4, 5, 6. Pretty soon it's a full-blown argument. And then when it's all said and done, you're thinking, what the heck did I just do? Why did I say that stuff? And this is realistically what you need to avoid. And a lot of things in construction can also apply to your personal life. And some of the things in this book, it's not just about making money. It's about having a higher quality of life. If you're having a problem with something, and you can kind of reduce it in small increments over a long period of time until you've completely eliminated it, or at least you have reduced it down to controllable levels where they're not going to be creating as many problems. And this would be the same thing if you were going to try and quit smoking. Let's say that you smoke 20 cigarettes a day. If you kind of set a goal to where, you know what, I'm going to try and smoke, 18 cigarettes, 16, 15 by this period, and then you start to see the results. Okay, wait a minute, 12, 10, okay, I'm at 10 right now. I've cut my smoking in half. I'm going to cut it down. You keep going until you're down to 5, 4, 3, 2. Finally, you're done and you're not smoking anymore. This is the same thing you can apply to a lot of other things in your life, including overreacting to something. Now, I have overreacted to a lot of things in my life, and I still have a difficult time. I still struggle with this myself. But I have definitely figured out a way to realize when I'm overreacting, when I'm making a jerk out of myself. And again, I might have a valid point that I need to make, and by yelling at someone, I'm shoving it down their throat. Well, most of the time that doesn't work anyway. Anyone who has overreacted to things in the past knows this. They might feel better after they've yelled and reprimanded someone or whatever it is, but that's it. Most of the time you just make the other person feel weaker, kind of like a jerk, or they don't know what they're doing, and it isn't good. And then if you think about it, just being able to communicate, which is what this chapter is about anyway, communicating more effectively. If you could actually just take it down a notch and communicate, you're going to get more most of the time. I do want to say this most of the time. You are going to run into some people who realistically, they need to be yelled and screamed at. And these are the people you got to get rid of. You don't need these. You don't need to be working with these people, and you don't need to be working for them. Remember, the people you work for and the people you work with, you want to end up at the end of the day in a happy situation. You don't want to end up with loads of stress, worrying about why someone didn't come to work, mad and frustrated because someone didn't give you your check. This isn't what you want. These are all of the things you've got to get out of your life. And if it's one at a time, just like the cigarettes, just like the overreacting, if you just get rid of one of these at a time, you get rid of it, you reduce the amount of problems, you're going to reduce the amount of stress, you're going to reduce the amount of times you're actually going to get mad at someone. And again, this is something else you can apply to overreacting. If you are having a difficult problem overreacting because you overreact to certain people time and time again, and you can get rid of these people, then you're going to pretty soon, even though you cannot control your overreactive, you're going to overreact, you can't control this. Well, if you get rid of the people that make you overreact for whatever reason, and again, I'm not about to suggest you get rid of everyone in your life. If you're someone who overreacts to everything, you're going to have to deal with this. But there are going to be some situations where if you just get rid of a few people, it's going to reduce the amount of time you overreact to someone because you can't control it, which is going to make you feel better in the long run. So there are more than one way, or there is more than one way to solve a problem, and I don't have an answer to all of them, but I do have a few solutions to some of them. And it's like I said in the book, you know, if you can just get a couple things out of the book, then it's going to be well worth the price you paid for it, if it's going to help your business or your personal relationships.